Yo, what up, guys? This is Retronic Guys Cat, you on the Real News Talk channel. You know what the fuck to do. So this video that I want to touch on is Lola Vice and Anna Jay. These two are very similar. You know why? It's because these two, anytime they go for the women's title, they always fall short. Always. That's why they have not grown. And I know it's not their fault. But somehow, someway, the company is holding these two down. Anna Jay's been held down in AEW. Lola Vice has been held down in the WWE NXT, despite them sending her to AAA to team with a fellow Mexican male wrestler in intergender tag team matches and shit. But she hasn't won no gold. And Lola Vice is more than ready to hold some gold. You understand? She had 4 chances to become NXT Women's Champion, and she failed all 4 of them. First, the Women's Breakout Tournament. Then, she had her shot at the NXT Women's Championship against Roxy. Then, JCJ. Then, Tatum Paxley. And she failed 4 times. Which I don't understand why. Because Lola Vice is pretty decent in the ring, and her MMA background has helped her elevate to the next level to become champion. And yet she hasn't even won gold. Hell, she hasn't even held the NXT North American Women's title. That's how bad it is. That's how bad they're treating her. But I know she's probably going with the throw, and maybe she doesn't want to fight to be where she really needs to be, because obviously she's been in the company for 3 years and she came from the world of MMA. So maybe, I don't know, it's either that or she just don't care and she's just going along with it. But she does deserve better, no doubt about it. Lola Vice does deserve better. She's okay on the mic and she's pretty decent in the ring. And you know what her best match on NXT was? It was in a tag team match with Sonuka against Fatal Influence. And boy, oh boy, was she kicking ass. She was kicking ass like I've never seen her kick ass in the ring before. When she was tagged in, she destroyed Fatal Influence. Like, she destroyed all of them. Single-handedly. She was moving like a fucking machine. She was so relentless in that ring. And I said, boy, oh boy, this girl is ready. She is championship material. I don't give a fuck what nobody says. I've never seen Lola Vice kick ass in NXT like that before. That was probably her best performance, one of her best performances in NXT. No cap. If you don't believe me, go and watch the match. And you will see what I'm saying. So, Lola Vice, she deserves to be champion. But as of now, I don't see that happening anytime soon because they've totally ruined her credibility and her momentum. Her momentum has gone down the fucking drain. You know, and that's sad. I don't know how she's going to be treated whenever she gets drafted to the main roster. I don't know what they're going to do with Lola Vice. God knows what. But I believe that they've blown it with her. Like, they've blown Lola Vice's chances of becoming champion. Now she's just going to be used and tossed around anyhow. Which they're currently doing right now. That's why they sent her to AAA to team up with a fellow Mexican wrestler and whatnot. So it's like they're doing whatever with her. Same thing with Anna Jay in AEW. Anytime she goes for the AEW women's title or the TBS title, she always falls short. She never wins. She always loses. It's like she's being jobbed in every title match. It's like it's like she turns into a jobber anytime she goes for the AEW women's title or the TBS title. It's like she's never at her best. Or maybe she comes so close to winning, it gets swept away. You know what I'm saying? And it's not like Anna Jay is bad on the mic. Anna Jay is actually okay on the mic, you know? And she's actually okay in the ring. She's not too bad. Just like Lola Vice. They're both decent in the ring and they've both had chances to become champion and it always gets swept away. You understand? It's like these two are just being wasted. They are totally wasted and they're both 27 years old. And I know they've got a long career ahead of them, but why treat them like this? Now, she has reunited with Ty Mello, and they're both going after the new AEW Women's Tag Team belts that's just been launched. So they're in the Tag Team Tournament, and they're not going to win the Tag Team Tournament. That's the funny thing about it. They're not going to win it. They're going to lose. Look who's in that tournament now. You have Megan Bayne, who's in that tournament with Penelope Ford, but she's now injured. So Marina Shafir has taken Penelope Ford's place in the tournament. So can you just imagine Megan Bayne and Marina Shafir as a tag team? They're going to be unstoppable. And I believe they have a high percentage of winning the tag team match and becoming the new AEW tag team champions. Now, can you just imagine Megan Bayne and Marina Shafir as a tag team? Boy, oh boy, they're going to be fucking deadly. They're going to be the most deadliest tag team in AEW. And they're going to fucking reign supreme. And I believe that they're going to win and become the first AEW Women's Tag Team Champions. I believe that's going to happen. Whereas Anna Jay and Ty Mello, they're going to fall short. Then, eventually, Anna Jay snaps on Ty Mello, betrays her, beats her down in the ring, which will set up a feud between the two because those two have never faced each other before. Because those two have been tag team partners for like 4 years now. About 3-4 years. I know Ty Mello has been out of action for almost 2 years. So I would say maybe 2-3 years max. They've been tag team partners. But this time, Anna Jay, she's going to lose patience to the point where she's going to snap on Ty Mello and beat the fuck out of her. And they're going to feud eventually. Even Ty Mello said it a few years back that she sees herself feuding with Anna Jay eventually. And she said, if it happens, it happens. It's business. It is business. So her wishes might come true. So if those two feud with each other, that would be very, very personal because these two are also friends outside of the business. So it's going to be a personal feud between the two and it's going to be very, very intense. You know? So it'll be a wild feud if that were to ever happen. But yeah, Lola Vice and Anna Jay, they deserve better, man. I don't know what it is. And I don't know what's stopping Anna Jay from going to the WWE NXT. Is it because of her relationship with Jack Perry? I don't know. Or Tony Khan is holding his wrestlers hostage and stopping them from going to the WWE because he sees that his ex-WWE employees are succeeding in the WWE. Is that what it is? It could be. It could very well be. But Anna Jay needs to leave once her contract expires. Whenever that is. I know she's been with AEW for 5 years and I don't know how long her contract is. I don't know the extension of her contract. I don't know. But hopefully when her contract is up, she runs away fast because at the end of the day, Tony Khan will lock her in AEW. He will lock her in a cage. Just like he's doing to Britt Baker. And Britt Baker, deep down, she wants out of AEW. But Tony Khan said, oh, he will bring her back when the time is right. It's well overdue. Britt Baker has been ready from time. But for some reason, he doesn't want to bring her back. But he could bring in other wrestlers from different promotions. Yeah, that makes sense, right? Britt Baker was your first female employee. And you can't even bring her back. If you can't use Britt Baker, let her leave. Let her leave AEW. Let her go to the WWE. Or you're afraid because she'll be a bigger star. She'll be a superstar in the WWE if you were to go over there. That's what you're afraid of. It's funny how you let Miro go. It's funny how you let Malachi Black go. It's funny how you let Ricky Stark go. It's funny how you let Penta go. It's funny how you let Ray Phoenix go. It's funny that you let Jade Cargill go, but you don't want to let Britt Baker go? Because she's your first female employee, that you've been treating her like crap for the past year or so? Despite her having that illness back in late 2023, that's why she was out for like 10 months, which wasn't nobody's fault. It was a natural thing that happened to her, but I'm glad that she's better now. But she's healthy. Britt Baker's ready to go. So bring her back or let her go. Why keep her fucking hostage, man? What the hell's wrong with you? That's why your company is all over the fucking place, because you don't even know how to run your own company, which is fucking embarrassing. So do the right thing. You either let Britt Baker come back or just let her go. But if I were you, I would let her go, because she deserves to be happy. You know what I'm saying? Rather than keeping her hostage. You understand? And you have the audacity to extend her contract well into 2027. What kind of bullshit is that? You kept her on the shelf for no reason. And she's been ready to come back for quite some time. So how the fuck can you extend her contract just because she hasn't been wrestling? Hell, she hasn't been wrestling properly. The last time she was fully active was in early 2023, which was nearly 3 years ago. She hasn't really been active properly since then. She's been in and out of AEW. What the fuck are you talking about? She was barely used in 2023. She had zero promo time. She was barely used. She barely had matches right up until the time where she got ill. And then she came back in 2024. She had a little feud with Mercedes Moné. Then after that, she was due to have a feud with Serena Deeb. And then she just disappeared. And she hasn't been seen since. And this was like a year ago. She's been gone for like a year. What the fuck are you doing, Tony Khan, man? Fix the fuck up. Wake up, man. For real, for real. This is why people are laughing at you. This is why people can't take you seriously. This is why certain people left AEW, because of your fucking incompetent bullshit. Real talk, man. But anyway, yeah, Anna Jay, I know she's in a relationship with Jack Perry and maybe she wants to be close to him. I can understand, but at the same time, you need to elevate as a superstar. If you want to be a legit superstar, WWE is where you need to be. Because you deserve better. You don't deserve to be tossed around like you're nothing, like you're a jobber. You understand? Because in the WWE NXT, you have great matches with Jada Parker. Both of you have fat asses with bad attitudes. So you two facing each other in the ring will blend well, like tropical juice. You even have a good match with, you even have a good match with Lola Vice, because you two are very similar. So that'll be an interesting feud. You can have a good match with the likes of, there's so many female NXT wrestlers that I can't even name off the top of my head. You know? But you have, Blake Monroe. That's it. You two have some unfinished business. Because it's 1-1 between you and Blake Monroe, a.k.a. Mariah May. Because you beat her once in a non-title match in AEW last year. And when it came to you going after the AEW Women's title, you fell short again. By Mariah May beating you. So you need to get your get back on Blake Monroe. For real, for real. But yeah, you have a lot of great matches in NXT if you were to go there. Because you deserve better, like I said. You and Lola Vice deserve better. Because you two, you know, your talents your talents have been taken for granted. Really and truly. I must say. And this shit needs to stop. It needs to stop. Maybe you're cool with being treated like crap. I don't know. But I'm just assuming. Or maybe you just don't care. You're just going with the flow. Because some of these wrestlers, they're scared to speak up. So they just rather suffer in silence. But then again, what brought to my attention is what Dietrich Davis said. Shout out to Dietrich Davis. He said, right, that it's not about what you know. It's about who you know in the business. So if you know someone who's, one of the higher ups, someone who's well known in the company, you'll get by easily. You don't have to be the best wrestler. All you got to do is just be related to someone or know someone. Be buddies with someone in the company. Then you become one of the greatest of all time. Look at John Cena, Hulk Hogan, Ric Flair. Those guys. They weren't great wrestlers, but they became the greatest of all time. You understand? I'm just using them as an example. All the top stars, most of them, can barely even wrestle. And they become superstars in their company. So, at the end of the day, you could be the most talented wrestler, but if you ain't got the right connections, all of that don't mean nothing. It means fuck all. You get me? So there could be many reasons as to why Lola Vice and Anna Jay aren't being pushed to their potential. Their full potential, that is. But I hope that changes soon. If not, then those two are just lost in the ocean. And I don't know if there's any way of coming back from being insulted, having their integrity, their intelligence, their in-ring ability and credibility all taken for granted. So let's just wait and see what happens with these two. I hope that a miracle can happen. I hope that Lola Vice does become champion at some point, and I do hope that Anna Jay leaves AEW, because AEW doesn't respect Anna Jay. They don't give a fuck about Anna Jay. They're just throwing her all over the place like she's a piece of shit. And she's nothing like anything underneath my shoe. She's better than that. And she's more talented and gifted than that. So, hey, let's just wait and see what happens, man. So what's your take on it? Do you think that Anna Jay should go to the WWE NXT? And I've said this over and over again, and I've been saying this for over a year. And I'm one of the first people to call this shit out, because I've been seeing this for far too long with Anna Jay, and it's disgusting. Same with Lola Vice. I was one of the first people to come up with the hashtag give Lola Vice a chance. And yet they're still fucking her over and treating her like a piece of garbage. It's an insult. But I don't know. You tell me. You tell me what the reason may be behind them being treated like crap. So yeah, this is the Retro Kid, Retro the Cat's Cat on the Real News Talk channel. Got more videos coming. Stay locked, stay loaded, keep it 100. I'm out. Peace.